37 years as a professional jockey is quite an achievement. But even so, it was with a heavy heart that South African riding legend Kevin Shea quit the saddle in December 2015. During his career, he spent 10 years as stable jockey to Kock, racking up more than 25 Group 1 successes, including here in Dubai with the likes of Ipitombi and Sun Classique, both of whom starred on Dubai World Cup night. Now he's back to support Mike and the rest of the South Africans who are in town for Super Saturday.
It's lovely to be back. I've seen big changes, as you've seen in the country. I mean, you live here, you might not notice it, but I haven't been here for 7 years, and it's yeah, there's a big change. A little bit disappointing not to see more international horses. When I was here, even with the old Nedal Sheba, they used to be full in the international barns, and yeah, so that's interesting. I don't miss a Dubai meeting. I watch every Thursday night, and I actually watch a little bit of Jabal Ali on the Friday as well. We get the coverage back in South Africa, so it's got to see them in flesh is going to be great.
And even though, as you say, we're down on numbers internationally, it's not been a bad carnival for the South Africans. Mike, 3 winners, I think. Yeah,
Mike said, yeah, I think this is his least winners he's had in a carnival, but he hasn't got the stock, so you've got to understand that. And a couple of them have gone wrong as well. But Brett's here with Whiskey Baron holding the flag for us, and he was a real good 3-year-old in South Africa.
And looking back at your heyday, if you like, your carnivals here, so many highlights. Is there one horse or one night that really stands out for you?
Well, you know, when our first year was, as we all know, Ipitombi was here, and she was really and truly a crowd favourite. I mean, everybody loved her, and she was the darling of the season that year. And she proved how good she was, beating the Colts twice. And I mean, she had 3 runs, she had 3 wins. I think she won the Alpha 84, the Jabal Hatta, and then into the Duty Free. And yeah, she was very, very good. Mark still reckons that it's one of the best besides Horse Chestnut. He's trained, he's international, he's trained. And then a couple of years later, out came Little Sun Classic, also a small little filly, both fillies, believe it or not. And one was Marla come 1800, which the duty free in those days was 777, it's now 1800, so it stretches them out that little bit extra. And Sun Classic was a out and out stayer over 12 furlongs, so, and she won a very good race as well. So yeah, those 2 are World Cup nights and nights, but I had a lot of other fun with horses with Mike at the old Nedal Sheba, and then into Maidan running 2nd in the World Cup, our first World Cup on the new track. Yeah, that was also a highlight, a bit of a anti-climax, but anybody that says that they don't want to run 2nd in a $10 million race, they got to have their head read. So yeah, he was also a true little, not a champion, but a real gutsy horse in Lizard's Desire, and he went on to win his next start in Singapore. So those are like real super moments that you'll cherish and you don't ever forget.
That World Cup, I mean, you thought you'd won. Ahmed Ajtabi congratulated you.
Yeah.
It must be pretty painful to look back on.
Yeah, I thought I got up, and I didn't realise that there were horses right on the inside, because we were down the middle of the track, and I knew I was in front of Ahmed, and he looked to his left, and then he looked to me and he said, "No, you got up." And you don't want to believe it, but at the bottom of my heart, I did think I got up. So when the numbers went against me, it was a little bit heartbreaking. I had 3 seconds that night, funny enough. I ran 2nd in the Derby on a filly called Raina, to Mark's other horse, Monsieur. Yeah. Then I ran 2nd on Lingari in the Duty Free to a horse of Ali Al Rais with Royston French on, and then 2nd in the World Cup. So it was a great night without even having a winner.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of those. It was a highlight, you know. It was a lovely day, and the family was all here. All the South Africans were there to support us. So yeah, it was lovely.
And apart from obviously big success in Dubai, I know you had winners in England as well. South Africa, 2 Durban Julys, would they be the highlight? Yeah, 2 Durban Julys. Everybody wants to win their home big race, the July. And same again, that was Ipitombi, first 3-year-old in I think 36 years to win it. Yeah, she came, and then the other one was a Dead Eats, also on a filly, Dancer's Daughter, to Pocket Power, which is Bernard Road, and Bernard's gone on to win another July after that as well, Manaresco. So yeah, you always want to win that race, but yeah, we travelled around Durban and Joburg and Cape Town, had a lot of success with Mike, all the guineas, the fillies guineas, Colts guineas, the staying races, the derbies, and that's, yeah, I was very fortunate enough to be in a very powerful yard, and
I took full advantage.
And you and Mike are still very good friends, hence you're here supporting him.
Yes, absolutely. Mike and I go back a long way. We never parted ways in any horrible manner or anything like that. I'd done my 10 years with him. It was time for me to move on, and I moved on only for a couple of years afterwards. And then, as you know, my back gave in, and that was the end of me. 2015, December the 5th, 2015, I had my back fusion, and yeah, Mark keeps in contact with me, and I've been threatening to come back to Dubai for about 4 years, and eventually we were having a braai at his place, a barbecue, and he said, "Are you coming this year?" I said, "Oh, okay, I'll come," and here I am. I'm here to support him, and he's not as powerful as he used to be, but so we'll have to support Brett on the other hand. But I love the racing, and I like to see, I don't bias myself as sticking just to the South African horses. I love to see the Godolphin horses and the international horses, and to see them in flesh is always something special. So yeah, looking forward to that.
And the day job now is television back in South Africa. How are you enjoying that?
Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. You get to see all the racing. You do everything which a trainer and a jockey do, but without the pressure. Hard to get guys to come interview, like you would know. Trying to get guys to just talk, and a lot of them are superstitious, and they don't want to talk, and if they do talk and the horse runs bad, then they don't want to talk to you again. It's not an easy job, but I thoroughly enjoy it, and you can talk to the guys and just get the transparency. That's what we're trying to get in South Africa, transparency. They've started up with trials now. Before races they have trials, and yeah, so it's all about transparency and trying to get the public, because South Africa's racing at the moment, I wouldn't say is booming. It's tough out there, and as the trainers will say, they're all fishing in the same pond, and we've lost a very big owner, as you know, Marcus Jooste with Mayfair Speculators. That's another 300 horses, not out of the system, but one owner has just depleted some powerful strings. I mean, Joey Ramsden, 30, 40 horses of theirs. There's a lady in Port Elizabeth there that she had the whole string of hers was all Marcus Jooste horses, and they've all gone, you know. So they've been sold, and they've tried to buy. So racing's not booming there, but we're just trying to get the public there just to try and support as much as possible, and it's not easy, as you know.
It is. Looking back, if you had your time again, are you glad you were a jockey when you were, rather than being one now? If you were starting out now, would it be tougher?
I'd love to be riding still, to be honest with you. 55 next month. I'm getting a little bit long in the tooth, but yeah, I'm glad when I started. It was very competitive. There were some great riders around: Michael Roberts, Robbie Sham, Basil Marcus, Jeffrey Lloyd, and so forth and so on. I can carry on. The elderly guys: Gerald Turner, Raymond Rhodes, Roy Curley. I mean, they were great riders, and it wasn't easy, but we got our breaks, and we took advantage. And then I started traveling a little bit, Mauritius, and then eventually the job opportunity came with David Payne. I had 7 years with David Payne, which was my stepping stone to doing 10 years with Mark eventually, and internationally. So no, I'm very glad what I've done, where I started and how I started, and I wouldn't like to do it again, no, but I would like to be riding still. I would have liked another 2 or 3 more years just to finish off.